Session we're going to check the importance of something called as profile parameters in the SAP system. Now, profile parameters are settings which affect the behavior of your system. You have profile parameters, parameters for parameters which affect your login behavior or your passwords. You can set password related rules. You can set user logs related rules as far as security is concerned. But you also have parameters that affect profile parameters that affect the memory of the performance of the system. So let us go and look at some of the parameters which affect your security. For example, you see the category here is parameters used for password checks. For example, if you look at login /min underscore password underscore length, it says the parameter definition says that it defines the minimum length of the password. So you can force, when you set this password, activate this password in the system, what you're going to do is, using this parameter, you're going to enforce the length of the passwords the users need to use. For example, let's say in the system dev, for example, if the password length is minimum 6, which means that the users will have to use a password which is minimum 6 characters long. If they try to use the password which is only 5 parameters of 5 characters, the system is not going to accept it. But the maximum you can give in is 8, but in higher versions, like we are on ACC 5, but let's say which is on Web Application Server 640, but from Web Application Server 7, the password length has become, I think, 40 characters long. So the maximum you can use 40 characters in the higher versions for your password, and the maximum you can use is 8 characters in the ECC 5 or before that. But when you force this parameters, when you set this parameter logon /min password underscore length, you can enforce the minimum length of the password. It could be 6 characters, and here it is 6, but the users can use more than 6, but not less than 6 characters as in their passwords. Now let's take another password, logon /min underscore password underscore digits. For example, what this parameter does is it will enforce the users to use at least one numeric character 0 to 9, at least one, as part of their password. Now, if the user decides to use all the 6 characters or 8 characters as their as numeric passwords, that's fine. Numeric characters, that's fine. But minimum, if you activate this parameter, the minimum 1 digit has to be used as in the password. Now, if you look at the other parameter here, logon min underscore password underscore letter, this means you are going to enforce that the user need to use at least one alphanumeric character, the alphabet from A to Z as in the password. So technically you could say Z12345. That could be the password. Okay, so at least one character. Now, if you look at this parameter, for example, as for your password checks, logon /minimum password underscore special. This parameter will enforce whatever value you give here. Let's say if you give 1, that means you are enforcing that let's say if you give 1 here, or any of the systems, whatever value you give for this parameter, you're forcing the users to use that many special characters in the password. For example, if I give 2 here, which means the user will have to use at least 2 special characters in their passwords. Same thing happens with letters. If I give 2 here or 1 here for letters, the user is forced to use at least 1 letter, or if I give three letters in their passwords. Now by default some of these parameters are not activated, okay, and some of them have some default values. So you'll have to, depending on what your situation is at a customer place and the corporate password rules, you have to set these parameters accordingly. Okay, now for example, this is also a very important parameter, logon / password _ expiration _ time. Very important password because for the production systems. Now this parameter defines the number of days after which the user's current password will expire. So which means, let's say the value here is given 60 days. So which means that the users are forced to change their password after 60 days. So every 60 days the system will prompt the user to change the password. Now you could give 90 days here. So after every 90 days, the users will be forced to change the password. So these values have to be set by you with discussion with the basis team and some other teams, depending on what other applications are implemented at the customer's place. You'll have to define the value for the parameters accordingly. Now, SAP does not force you to use these parameters, but as I said, good security practice, you have to use these parameters and enforce some password rules. Okay? Now, for example, logon disable _ multi _ GUI _ logon. This is a very important parameter for production environment. How is it important? As a good security control, you should not allow a user user ID to be used from multiple terminals. Okay, because you want to prevent people from hacking and using the system with your own password or some user's password. So when you set this parameter, the logon _ disable _ multi _ GUI logon to yes, or the value could be 1 or 0 depending on it. I think it is 1. When you set this parameter, what happens is, let's say you log in with your ID on a particular terminal, you cannot go to some other terminal, other desktop or laptop and try to log on with your own ID. If you try to log on, the system will prompt you to disable the logon that you're trying to get into, the second logon or the first logon. You could, at any given point of time, you can have only one logon from only one place, not from multiple machines or multiple places. For example, let's take parameters which control the incorrect logons. If logon / fails to session end, what it means is, when you log on to the session, let's say for example if I log on to the session and try to give the password n number of times, the system will disable the logon session. So this control, for example, we got disabled after 3 or 4 attempts. So this password, this parameter, now this parameter is not set by default in the system, so you have to use it. So after 3 attempts or 4 attempts, whatever value you set for this parameter, the session will get terminated after invalid attempts, unsuccessful attempts. Now this one is a very important one. Logon fails to user log for production environment again. What this parameter does is, whatever value you set for this parameter, in this case in the production system we have set the value as 3. Now what this parameter does is, it defines the number of unsuccessful logon attempts before the system logs the user. So if the value here, for example, is given as 3, what it means is, after 3 unsuccessful attempts, the user ID will automatically get locked. So if somebody is trying to use your user ID to get into the system, without your permission, and if he tries to just guess the password, so the system will, after 3 attempts, it will lock the user ID, and nobody can use that user ID unless somebody unlocks that ID. So this is again a very important parameter that everybody needs to set in a production environment at least. And the minimum industry practice is, this parameter is usually set to 3 attempts. Okay, so after 3rd attempt, the ID automatically gets locked. And so you have parameters which control your logons, you have logon attempts, then you have parameters which control your passwords, how many characters you can use in a password, minimum characters, how many digits, how many alphabets, that kind of stuff. Now, for example, another important password parameter in the system that you need to set is rdisp/GUI/auto_logout. Now, this parameter, the value is set in seconds. So which means that if the system doesn't find any activity for that many seconds, the system will automatically terminate the session. Okay, for example, in this case, the value for rdisp/GUI rdisp/GUI_auto_logout, the value for that is set to 7200 seconds. That is approximately how many minutes? That's how many minutes? So this is 2 hours. After 2 hours, if for 2 hours there is no activity on the SAP system, then the system will automatically terminate your session. Now 2 hours is a very long period of time. So depending on, again, like I said, what applications are being used by the users, or what other applications the SAP system is integrated with, you'll have to set this parameter. So if the system is not integrating with any third-party application, then you would set it for 10 minutes, which would be 600 seconds. So that would be a good practice, or 20 minutes, or half an hour. So you have to convert the minutes into seconds and give the value for this. Now, you can decide what parameters to implement in the system, but the actual creation of the parameters or activation of the parameters, these parameters is done by the basis team. So the parameters are set in the system by using the transaction code RZ10. So let us go and set some parameters, and in RZ10 you have three system profiles. One is the default parameter, other is the instance profile, and third one is the start profile. So you can set your profile parameters either in the default profile or the instance profile. So let's select the default profile, click on extended maintenance and click on change. Now when you log on to the system, for example, the parameter login / system underscore client is set to 800. So what this means is that when the users try to log into the system, on the logon screen, the default client will be 800, because now you see 800 here because of this parameter. This parameter, the value is set to 800. That's why you see 800 on the logon screen by default. But if you set to, let's say, 811, so here on the logon screen, by default it would appear as 811. So the profile parameters, like I said, affect the behavior of your system. So let's go and create some of these parameters and see the effect of those parameters. So let's go and set the minimum password length parameter, the minimum digits parameter, and let us set fails to session end parameter and fails to user log parameter, and see how they affect how they are effective in real time. So let's go and select create a parameter, because in your list of parameters here in the default profile, the logon minimum password length parameter is not there. So go and click on create parameter and say logon / star and group for. Okay, it doesn't come up, so let's search for it. Okay, there's nothing, so this should be not log on, it should be login in that case. Oh, sorry. Let's expand the window. So we are going to set the parameter for minimum length, password length. So let's go and check if there is a parameter for that. Login minimum password length. The default value is 3. SAP default value is 3. But 3 will be very short for password. You can, users having passwords with minimum password length 3 is not good enough. You have to force them to use at least 8 characters or whatever. So let's say our minimum character that we specify is 6. So what it means is we are forcing the users to use at least 6 characters in the password. Now they can use 6 characters, they can use 8 characters, they can use 12 characters depending on the version that you are in. But minimum you're forcing them to use is going to be 6 characters. So default value is provided by SAP is 3. You have changed the value to 6. So let's go back. The parameter appears in that list. Now let's go and create another parameter called for minimum password digits. So let's go and say do this search for that parameter, login star and press F4. You get the list of Okay, you didn't get that. So let's search for it again one more time. Login star. So minimum password digits, minimum of digits in the password. The SAP doesn't force you to use it. So let's force the users to use it. 1 and say copy. So let's go back, and then if you see the parameter appears in the list. So like I said, this parameter will enforce the user to use at least one digit in their passwords. Okay, let's go and take a look at fails to users lock. So what this will do is, after 3 or 4 invalid attempts, the user ID will automatically get locked. So let's force that in. Let's create the parameter for that. So create parameter, say login star F4. It's not going to show up anything, so let's go and search for the word login, and where is this? Fails to user lock. So number of invalid login attempts until the user locks. So let's do that. By default, SAP gives you 12 attempts. That means after 12 attempts, okay, this is on the same day, okay, or at the same time. Let's set to 3. After 3 attempts, let's say if invalid attempts, the password gets, the user ID gets locked. Okay, let's go and set one last parameter, to see how that affects. RDISP GUI auto logout. So what this parameter does is, if there is no activity for the specified number of seconds, the system will automatically terminate the session. So let's go and search for that parameter. Now once again, okay, now let's set this to 60 seconds. Now, so we'll wait, which means that after 60 seconds, our session gets terminated. Now this activity of creating or activating the profile parameters is a basis administrator's job. You probably will not have access to do this, or you should not be allowed to do this in a production environment. Now the reason being that once you set a parameter, when you make a change to the profile parameters in this list, either by creating a parameter, new parameter in here, or changing the values, the system has to be taken down. The SAP system has to be stopped and restarted again to have these parameters get effective.
We need to restart.
So the system has to be restarted, and the system restart is a basis job, not your job.
That hammer like icon, start.
I don't know. No. Okay. So you don't need to do this. You will not do this thing. But what values to use, what parameters to use, you may have a choice in that decision making. Okay. Again, what parameters to use will depend on what third-party applications your SAP system is integrating with. Okay, so and accordingly you have to set your logon rules and password rules. Okay, so go back. The basis, once you sets it up, they'll go back, save changes, save and activate the profiles. So this new version is created here. Once this is done, now the basis has to go and stop the SAP system. So you'll have to log off and wait for the basis to start the system before the parameters get effective. So after basis starts the system, restarts the system, let's go and log in and see how it gets affected. Now let us go and check the minimum password length thing. Let's go and log in with the user ID to be on the safer side. DDIC. So that if the ID gets logged, we have some ID to unlock it. Okay, so let's check the user session termination parameter and the user lock parameter. So let's log in as a user ID and give a password as whatever password you want. So got terminated. Yeah, let's see. One attempt. Oh, it's already locked. Okay, let's try this. I don't know why it got locked. Unlock it. So when you click on the lock icon, it is going to tell you how it got locked. Because it cannot log on attempts, but unlock it. And let's try it one more time. 1, 2 attempts, 3 attempts. Now the session terminates and the user is logged. If you go and check the log thing again, it is logged again because the parameter that we set for was 3 attempts for locking the user ID and session termination. See, unlock the user ID. Now we can wait for a minute with no action on the screen. Like any mouse movement on the screen is an action. So the session is active. So
after 1 minute that will be automatic.
So after 60 seconds, that is the parameter we set, this session should get terminated. So let us wait for 60 seconds and see if this session gets terminated. So let's see how many seconds have gone, maybe about 20. Oh, it's gone. So the session automatically get terminated because it says maximum user idle time exceeded. Right? So this, So the profile parameters like that we set, you saw the effect, some of the effect of the parameters. Now let's go and try to create a user ID and check the minimum password length settings. So go to SU01. And say create. Log on. The minimum password length we said was 6 characters long. Now let's say I give only 3 characters. Okay, there are 3 rules that we set in for this. One was the minimum password length, and we enforced that we use at least 1 digit in the password. So let's type something. So I gave only 3 characters. Okay, it says it should be identical. So that is one of the rules. So let's say ASD. ASD. You get a message at the bottom saying the password is not long enough, because the minimum password length we said was 6 characters. But we entered only 3 characters. So let us go and give 6 characters. A, S, D, F, G, H. Minimum 6. A, S, D, F, G, H. Now the length of the password is correct, the minimum length. But we also set a parameter for saying that the parameter should contain at least 1 digit, and we did not enter a digit in this. So let's say 1 ASDFGH. 1 ASDFGH. And hit the enter key. The system accepts that password. Now let us go and complete the user ID creation. Now that was the we saw the parameters, effect of the parameters while creating the user ID. Now let us log in with this test user ID and see if it works. The same rules work. So log in to the user ID, say 1 ASDFGH. It is going to ask you to change the password. Now let's do the same rules again. ASDF. It says password is not long enough because we entered only 4 characters in this case, and the system minimum needs 6 characters. So let us go and give 6 characters. ASDFGH JK. Okay, ASDFGH JK.
So maximum it takes only.
So 8 characters. So again the rule that we set was, okay, this session, our session got terminated because of the session for Subha got terminated because the Subha session didn't have any movement for at least a minute. So that's okay. So but another rule that we set was the password should contain at least 1 digit. So it still doesn't accept. So let's say 1 okay, 1 test. One testing, and the system accept the password. So the profile parameters that you set affect, like I said, the behavior of the system. Like in our cases, we tried out the password rules, some parameters for passwords and some parameters for a login. So both these activities are part of your securing your system properly. Okay, so one of the things which auditors check is also these parameters. You know, if they come and check, they probably have a list of important parameters and they come and see if you have set those parameters in the system, activated the parameters, and if you have done, then what values have you given for each of those parameters. So that is also one of the audit checks. And it's also a good SAP security practice to implement those these parameters on the profile parameters. Now, putting the parameters in the system is a basis job, because once you put the parameters in, you have to restart the SAP system, which is SAP basis administration job.